Hi, Alan Stratton from Woodturning. My wife decided to take up wire weaving, which then added one item to my honey-do list. It is a weaving bobbin, which by rights should be a very simple project, except that it has 5 cotter pins out here in the circle that need to be equally spaced. Now, I use Vicmarc chucks, and they seem to have this very nice indexing mechanism on the back and on the side, but I have never seen any official way that you're supposed to use this or any attachment to the lathe so that you can actually use the indexing arrangement. Now, it does look like a good idea rather than to have a dedicated indexing ring. So I decided to make myself this, which sits on the bed of the lathe and then has a little nail here at the right height that engages the slot, and then I can index as I go around. But I'd be very interested in if anybody knows how they actually intended these to be used in an indexing situation. So meanwhile, let's make this wire weaving bobbin.
This wood is a scrap piece of walnut. I'm mounting it between centers to tool it round, but most importantly, to cut a tenon on one end for a chuck mount. Now that the wood is in my chuck, I'll use this opportunity for skew practice, something I can always use more of. I'm targeting a diameter of about 2 inches for this end. That should be enough to drill and to retain a set of stainless steel cotter pins. As I approach the target diameter, this is a good time to drill out the center. Unfortunately, my drill bit will not drill entirely through the 3-inch length. Then sand the area. While I'm here, I'm cutting a shallow groove where I will want to drill for the cotter pins. Now to index for the cotter pins. I'm covering the dark walnut end with masking tape so that I can see the markings. But since I could not drill through the length, I'm cutting a shallow groove near the end that I can use for a dovetail chuck mount, then trim down the opposite end to a pleasant but simple shape. Now for the actual indexing. I've made an L shape out of scrap with a small hole drilled at spindle height. I'm holding the L against the chuck with a dulled nail. Then mark off in 75-degree intervals. Actually, this is slightly more than one full rotation, but it will do. I'll drill the holes later on the drill press. Then quickly sand before parting the bobbin off from the base. I'm swapping the chuck jaws for a set that is slightly smaller, then drill out the remainder through the spindle. Since this is the output end of the bobbin and does not need to hold cotter pins, I'm enlarging the hole a little more. This will avoid a kink in the woven item. Then sand and apply brushing lacquer. Later, I drilled the holes for the cotter pins where I marked them and set them with a hammer. Here's where I usually say how I like the project. But all that really matters this time is that it works for my wife and she likes it. I guess that was true because she has now ordered more with different sizes and different numbers of cotter pins. I'll save my admiration for the wire weaving jewelry that she makes. That's it for this weaving bobbin. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe on my website, and tell your friends. Please wear your full face shield. Yes, I'm nagging, but you will thank me later. I'm Alan Stratton from Woodturning. Every week I make a new wood turning video, so come on back next week.